3D printing and electronics. Okay.
Okay, good morning everyone. My name is John. I'm here today with my wife Steph. We are both weekend makers and we have different interests that defy gender stereotypes. So I'm interested in 3D printing and electronics. That would make me the tinker, like Tinker Tailor. And Steph is interested in oil painting, crafts and sewing, which will make her the tailor. So, yeah, completely defying those gender stereotypes there. Although we have very different interests, we both like making and we both quite like each other, so somehow marital harmony is maintained. In the 3 minutes, 2.5 minutes I've got left, I'm going to take you through 2 of the projects we'll be showing at our booth and also tell you about some of the things I think I've learned over the last few years doing some basic making. Our booth is over here, by the way, it's EN01 with the robot enclosure. Okay, so first project, BeerBot. This is a robot with the noble goal of fetching you a beer remotely without you having to get up from the sofa or the computer or wherever you are. So it's built on a Lego Mindstorms chassis, but it's a bit cleverer than a Mindstorms NXT because it has a Raspberry Pi stuck to it. The Raspberry Pi has a Wi-Fi connection, which means you can connect to it via a secure shell connection and steer it around, drive it around. Of course, it's not so useful just being able to steer it without seeing what it's doing, so it also has a camera module that streams over the internet so you can see what the robot is seeing, you can zero in on that beer. It has a big battery, it has an ultrasonic range detector for precision beer grabbing, it has a claw, obviously, Bluetooth and rubber bands, an important part of any structural robotics project. And I think most importantly, it has a laser. You can turn on the laser to make sure that you are really zeroed in on that beer. That's project number 1. So I brought 2 projects in case one breaks. The second project is a RepRap 3D printer called Squirty. It has been customized, modified. I would like to say enhanced, but maybe I should just stick with modified. You can see I built a case for it. I've also put a borosilicate print bed on it. Because I wanted to be able to move it out of the bedroom and stop keeping my wife awake, I had set up with a Raspberry Pi so I can control it via an iPad. I can show you that if you come by the booth. So I see I'm running out of time already, so I'll skip through some of these interesting features. Most of this stuff is 3D printed. Okay, so what have I learned? First of all, it's never too late to start tinkering. I'm quite old, but it's not too late because it's much easier to make stuff than it used to be. So when I was young, we didn't have this thing called the internet. Now it's quite easy to find out how to do something if you don't know what a particular technique or tool. Third thing, projects have a way of growing. I started off just wanting to use a Raspberry Pi. It ended up being a BeerBot. Going it alone is slow and less fun. That's why it's interesting to come to events like this and see what everyone else is doing. And if you don't succeed, stop. It's a very important lesson for me, because I find that if I keep going, I just keep banging my head against the wall. So the way to do is to, if at first you don't succeed, stop, pause, try again later. Okay, so thank you very much. Please come by the booth.
Thank you, electric and 3D printer presentation.